Ukraine has appealed to the world for help in the aftermath of the Russian invasion. The Ukrainian military was large before the invasion. They had more than 196,000 active military personnel. But the Russian military dwarfs this, so the Ukrainian government has appealed to other countries for help. So, who has sent military aid?
You could say they need everything, but the things that would make the most difference to the immediate problems Ukrainian forces face are anti-armor weapons and anti-aircraft weapons, because what they've got coming at them as they sort of hunker down in their cities are tanks and armored vehicles and air attack. And so anything that can actually even up the score a bit, particularly in urban areas where the defenders do have some natural advantages, would be welcomed.
Well, since January, the United Kingdom has been sending military aid to Ukraine. 2,000 anti-tank missiles, called next-generation light anti-tank weapons, were airlifted in with around 30 troops to train Ukrainians. Other equipment like body armour, helmets and combat boots has also been sent. Since then, the UK has promised to increase its military support.
The UK will shortly be providing a further package of military support to Ukraine. This will include lethal aid in the form of defensive weapons and non-lethal aid.
On the 25th of February, the US President Joe Biden pledged an extra $350 million in military support for Ukraine.
Putin is the aggressor. Putin chose this war, and now he and his country will bear the consequences.
The United States has reportedly provided more than $2.5 billion in military aid to Ukraine since 2014. That includes equipment like anti-tank missiles, patrol boats, Humvees, sniper rifles, drones and radar systems. Now, for the first time ever, the European Union is providing military aid to a country. It's coming via the European Peace Facility. The EU has pledged €450 million worth of weapons, with member countries pledging equipment like anti-tank weapons, surface-to-air missiles, jeeps and machine guns. The EU has also promised €50 million worth of non-lethal equipment like fuel, helmets, personal protective equipment and first aid kits. In a monumental policy change, the German government has also sent military assistance to Ukraine.
Am Donnerstag hat Präsident Putin mit seinem Überfall auf die Ukraine eine neue Realität geschaffen. Diese neue Realität erfordert eine klare Antwort. Wir haben sie gegeben.
They're sending 1,000 anti-tank weapons and 500 Stinger missiles, which are being used to bring down Russian aircraft. It's a major shift away from the country's ban on weapon exports to conflict zones. And in another major change of policy, Sweden has decided to send 5,000 anti-tank weapons, as well as body armour, ammunition and field rations. Now, Sweden is historically neutral and is not a part of NATO, but following comments from the Russian foreign minister spokesperson,
it's obvious that the accession of Finland and Sweden to NATO, which is primarily a military organisation, would have serious military and political consequences that would require our country to take reciprocal steps.
Sweden decided to send aid. Military aid has also been sent or pledged by these countries. They will mostly be delivered via land.
It's not difficult to get weapons into Ukraine through Poland and Romania, and NATO has made big efforts now to do that, actually been sending them for quite some time through those routes. They have to be hidden, and hiding large numbers of weapons is really quite difficult. So we must expect, as this fighting goes on, that it will become more difficult for Western weapons to reach Ukrainian forces in the timescale they've got to use them properly. And that timescale is probably not much more than, let's say, 2 or maybe 3 weeks.
Russian forces have been hitting cities across Ukraine with shells and missiles. They've now deployed much more capability to inflict wider and more indiscriminate harm. Tanks and armoured vehicles have also been seen on the streets, accompanied by both long-range precision missiles and some of the most powerful artillery weapons in the world.
Russia has a very active arms industry itself. It has design bureaus for aircraft and ships, tanks, everything. In fact, Russia is the third biggest arms exporter in the world, so the Russians have got no problem in producing their own weapons.
The Ukrainian ambassador to the UK has claimed that Russia has also used thermobaric weapons in this invasion. Now, they're also known as a vacuum bomb. They suck up oxygen and cause a huge explosion. They're known to be able to vaporize human bodies. Cluster munitions also appear to have been used. They're a form of air-dropped or ground-launched explosive that releases or ejects smaller submunitions. And of course, there is the ever-present, if highly unlikely, threat that if things escalate, chemical or even nuclear weapons could be used. The Ukrainian military and its people have put up a much tougher resistance than Vladimir Putin was ever expecting. But as Russia increases its military might and its stranglehold on the country and the Ukrainians tire from days of fighting, this war could descend into urban conflict, leading to mass displacement and greater destruction.
Да?